The opening shot of the beautiful ocean was an awesome way to start the event, get you hyped up for what's about to be a great night in Puerto Rico.
Backlash from the beach.
Corey Graves with a subtle reference to WCW's Bash at the Beach event. Either that or a poor attempt at a pun for the former pay-per-view. They should bring that one back though.
What the hell are we witnessing here?
That question is exactly the sin for the feud between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. What the hell are we witnessing here? No, seriously, I want to know what we're supposed to be invested in. Before Backlash and even after, we still don't know what Brock's deal with Cody was.
We have a riddle to solve!
Wow, a riddle to solve pun because Matt's last name is Riddle. Are you not entertained? Newsflash, I'm not. Also, WWE looked at last year's Backlash event and said, remember when we did a 6-man tag team match involving the Bloodline and Matt Riddle? How about we do it again? It's a cool match, but feels a little too repetitive when you think about it.
144.
I got chills seeing the drone enter the arena from the outside, followed by the roar of the crowd in San Juan. That was such a kick-ass thing to do. Normally, I prefer to see a custom stage setup for pay-per-view events, but in this case, I gotta commend WWE for providing a tunnel entrance because now every last seat in the arena is full, thus creating a bigger atmosphere. What are the odds that WWE only spared the Spanish announce table from total destruction tonight because we are in Puerto Rico? When you think about it, this crowd did a complete 180 on Bianca Belair tonight. When she makes her entrance, they cheer as loud as they can. But when her match begins, they start booing her like she's Roman Reigns after WrestleMania 33.
With a victory, she would become the longest reigning.
There's something that doesn't make sense here. Michael Cole said that Bianca Belair would become the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion with a victory tonight. But tonight actually marks day 399 of her reign, so she already beat Becky Lynch's record of 398 days. Even if Bianca loses tonight, she already broke the record.
Of the modern era.
If we're talking the main roster, then sure. But if Bianca Belair wants to become the longest reigning women's champion of the entire modern era, then she has to surpass 649 days, which is Kaylee Ray's reign as NXT UK Women's Champion. NXT or not, that's still an official women's title reign in the WWE record books. Fact.
And this place is nuclear.
Puerto Rico heard Corey Graves say nuclear and figured that meant they have to give Bianca nuclear heat, which they do. This is all Corey's fault, folks.
She is known as the genius of the sky.
So that's why we renamed her from Shirai to Sky, even though the former name sounded more badass than the latter.
And her opponent,
in order to prepare herself for the match, Io Sky briefly turned into Melina.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Bianca Belair doesn't realize that the crowd is actually cheering for Io Sky performing the splits and not for her. The WWE draft that took place really makes this an awkward situation when you think about it. Both Bianca and Io are SmackDown wrestlers fighting for a Raw championship. They really gotta take out the Raw and SmackDown names from the belt so that they can be switched to other brands without an awkward issue.
SmackDown heads to the...
Man, move after move, the crowd is so energetic, and this continues throughout the entire night, which is why WWE should do more Puerto Rico events, and more international pay-per-views as well. 5 cents off for the great crowd.
From the second rope.
After all these years of Bianca Belair doing that move in practically all of her matches, how does anyone even fall for that anymore? She's on the second rope, dares her opponent to come at her, it still doesn't register that she's gonna do a moonsault counter?
Belair, Io's next tonight. Look at.
The referee starts counting Io Sky when she wraps Bianca's braid around her. Io ignores her and begins strangling Bianca with her own hair, which causes the referee to restart the count?
Seconds to break the hold, but you can inflict a great...
Io taking her sweet time to stomp on Bianca's arm from the top rope. Bianca could have easily used her strength to flip Io either in the ring or out, but instead she chooses to stand there in panic mode at what to do. Definitely not the smart-ass strategy here.
Sleeper here by Io.
Wow, that reverse DDT was rather anticlimactic. Probably moving as slowly as the fans are chanting.
Guy and... Again!
I don't know what hurt worse in that exchange, the knees landing on Bianca's arm or Io putting her whole body weight on the arm prior to the crash. Decide amongst yourselves while I remove us in for the creativeness. No one cares what's trending.
Here we go, and Belair put the brakes.
Bianca Belair has an injured arm that's been targeted throughout the match, yet was somehow able to do this without any issue.
In front of a hostile WWE Universe.
Apparently, the fans cheering for Io Sky qualifies as being hostile. I wouldn't go that far because they're not chanting "fuck you, Bianca" or any other type of insult.
You gotta be kidding me!
The one arm lift into the air was impressive, but Bianca should probably not do that again given the way she almost broke Io's neck on the landing.
KOD!
You just know the KOD is going to be blocked because Bianca had her left arm in perfect position before switching to grasp Io's shoulder, which she never does when utilizing her finisher. One thing that's also exciting is the crowd cheering loudly for nearly every kickout tonight made the energy rise to higher levels. Dakota Kai can clearly be seen begging Bayley to not interfere on Io Sky's behalf. How Damage Control did not immediately kick Bayley's ass after Io loses is beyond me. Bayley holds on to Bianca's braid, figuring this will help Io, but judging by how quick Bianca recovers to counter, I don't think this was going to work regardless. Rey Mysterio looking like Batman with that mask design. Quite a shame he's only here to interfere on Bad Bunny's behalf because that mask looks good. Oh well. Seeing Savio Vega is awesome, but I really think they should have saved his appearance for later when chaos ensues during the San Juan street fight. Let me start by saying the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship looks absolutely beautiful. That being said, why is it present here at ringside if the tournament is not beginning until this upcoming Monday and none of the matches tonight have any impact on said tournament? Seth Rollins vs. Omos, a match that was literally announced with no build-up and no creativity whatsoever. Neither man had even so much as said the other's name between WrestleMania and the announcement. I'll throw in 30 cents for such idiotic and random booking. That one awkward moment when a match that has zero purpose for existing and was announced out of nowhere has a promo package, while other matches that had build-up doesn't have a package.
Deal with this man because he's a free agent.
Well, what is the point of the WWE draft if there are several free agents that can come and go as they please to either brand? That doesn't really make any sense here.
Backlash is presented by...
Skip! About 45 seconds of Seth Rollins standing around in a spotlight just so Omos can attack him from behind in a pre-match assault.
Oh, wait a minute!
Attacking from behind in a pre-match assault.
We're going to announce the participants in the World Heavyweight...
Actually, I have a better idea. Since Night of Champions is 3 weeks after tonight, why not use the first week to have wrestlers qualify to be part of the tournament on Raw and SmackDown, the second week to host the 2 triple threat matches, and the go-home week to host the finals? It's not like the 2 winners are going to be feuding since they're on different brands.
Tonight, and now, Omos...
Copy, sing infringement. Omos spending way too much time taunting everyone about what he's going to do to Seth Rollins instead of actually doing what he's about to do to Seth Rollins. A majority of this match is Omos posing, Seth writhing in pain, and the audience singing Seth's music. It's a good thing this doesn't work, otherwise how the hell would Seth be able to successfully connect a pedigree while Omos is on his knees? The move kinda requires the opponent to jump in the air with it. Omos is literally in position to be hit with a curb stomp, yet Seth chooses to wait in the corner for Omos to get up. Like, dude, he's in position, what are you waiting for?
Rollins looking for this...
Yeah, that is actually intimidating to say the least. For a match that had no reason to exist, it at least paid off with moments like Omos not even moving when Seth tried to curb stomp him. You know what I'm wondering? How does Omos kick out of not 1 but 2 curb stomps but succumbs to a single F5 from Brock Lesnar? I get that it's Brock Lesnar, but the F5 is nowhere near as devastating as getting your head stomped in. Third time is the charm, and a super curb stomp from the top rope was not only creative on the part of Seth Rollins, but also showed that higher risks are needed to take down Omos. Very good ending. Recap of the press conference from yesterday. Oh yeah, that means Bad Bunny is about to take on Damian Priest. Here we go. Wait, what? It's not happening until later? Why show this right now then? Not gonna lie, Bad Bunny made himself look like a coward right there. Slaps Damian Priest, then immediately runs away. And he's supposed to be the good guy here? That's a complete heel move. Double main event? Nah man, that's not how it works. There was only one main event, and that is the last match of the night. It's a fact no matter how much you try to advertise it otherwise. Although I'll throw in another 10 cents because this was the perfect match to main event Backlash here in Puerto Rico, as the fans who were invested in this won more than the actual main event. Oh yeah, because of the enclosed space, Bobby Lashley is unable to make his entrance look as badass without his pyrotechnics. That's the only downside to a tunnel entrance for WWE.
Back to Monday night.
Ow! Broke my ankle! Austin Theory's non-pyro couldn't have even exploded some pyro on the ceiling like you've been doing for some of the other wrestlers tonight. Should we get a good shot of Austin Theory making his way to the ring? Nah, let's zoom in on a fan's camera recording video footage of it instead. That looks a lot cooler.
And now sending Theory toward Reed, who says not that way.
That was funny, honestly. Bronson Reed catches Austin Theory and taunts Bobby Lashley, but ends up taking a clothesline while hitting a DDT. Nice combination.
Do it just for the hurt lock.
Because the referee accidentally got in the way, Austin had to readjust himself before hitting the dropkick on his opponents upon flipping through the ropes. Surprised Bronson Reed waited as long as he did to take down Austin Theory after the latter offered to team up on Bobby Lashley.
It's the spear to Theory. Cover.
Yes, I speared Austin and have the chance to win my 4th United States Championship, but I should turn myself all the way around to pin him so that bullshit can happen.
Cover. Bobby to kick out.
Match was very short, but it had awesome moments like this. I was convinced that Bronson had the US title won before Austin quickly broke up the pin. I don't care that Bronson Reed never connected the moonsault on Austin Theory. Bronson Reed just hit a picture-perfect moonsault for someone his size. Holy shit. I get that this is a pre-recorded DraftKings commercial, but does it feel weird that we see Bobby Lashley talking about the matches for Backlash after we just saw him lose his own match seconds ago? More non-pyro. I would give it a pass because there's not much space to do any sort of pyro tonight, but Rhea Ripley always had this minus WrestleMania last month. A very feel-good entrance for Zelina Vega getting to compete in Puerto Rico. Let's take off another sin here. WWE doing a close-up of the "If Priest wins, we riot" sign, despite the fact that Damian Priest isn't competing for the SmackDown Women's Championship tonight. Meanwhile, on this far side of the arena, I swear to God, I'm about to make Mike's Harder Lemonade my next Hulu, and who gives a shit about Hulu? Rhea Ripley gets countered, then briefly turned into Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 2005 against Hulk Hogan. I get that Zelina Vega is honored to be here in Puerto Rico, but she inadvertently cost herself the SmackDown Women's Championship by posing like Eddie Guerrero, allowing Rhea Ripley to recover from the 619. You gotta stay focused to achieve your goals. I can't be the only one who actually thought there was a steel cage hiding above the ring in this shot, right? That was a mindfuck moment. Bad Bunny's entrance was, without a doubt, the best entrance of the night. The music, the pyro, the crowd singing along to his original song. I'm taking off 5 cents for that. Looks like Bad Bunny went to visit Mick Foley prior to arriving in San Juan for this street fight. Gotta love this shopping cart full of weapons. Don't get confused, folks. Sure, there's a white rabbit on the screen, but Bray Wyatt is not involved this time.
Tonight he's headlining WWE Backlash.
So why isn't he in the main event then? Bad Bunny being the sole focus heading into tonight further supports why this street fight deserves to be the main event, not some bullshit double main event.
Out of Bad Bunny in the open.
If there's anybody who knows what Bad Bunny is capable of in the wrestling ring, it's Damian Priest. So why is he hesitating to punch him here?
Custom kendo.
One thing I admire from Damian Priest is he was standing by the shopping cart of weapons, but chose to fight and arm Bad Bunny without using any of them. Don't need weapons because he's a walking weapon.
2 shoulders down, stacks him up, kick it too.
Damian Priest kicks out of the pin, which causes Bad Bunny to be tripped by an unseen force haunting the arena in Puerto Rico.
Choke slam! South of heaven.
Too late, Michael. Corey Graves got there first.
Oh, Priest. No, I don't want to end it that way.
Because then the street fight would have been 5 minutes long, with Damian Priest practically squashing Bad Bunny.
Handle?
No, it's a sex toy. Bad Bunny wanted to use the weirdo Damian Priest into submission. Yes, it's an axe handle.
Somebody's hunting rabbit.
Well done, guys. You just ruined the moment with your Bugs Bunny references. Knew I shouldn't have referred to Bad Bunny as Bugs Bunny 2 years ago. Also, Damian takes his time grabbing the axe handle, returning to the ring, and posing around with it, all just to drop the weapon and do something else. Damian manages to regain his balance, and then an invisible John Cena gave a baseball slide to his legs.
Bunny with Priest, driver.
That move is actually called the Falcon's Arrow, and since Damian Priest is known for using a modified version called the Broken Arrow, shouldn't it be obvious what Bunny connected?
Turn to start to punish.
To this day, I don't think I've ever seen a celebrity wrestler take as much punishment in a match as Bad Bunny. This makes me excited for any match he'll compete in because of how much respect he has for the industry. Well, holy shit. The cojones on Bad Bunny to take that Broken Arrow off the case through several tables below. I fucking love this dude's dedication to professional wrestling.
So caught up in the moment.
Bad Bunny actually falls for this. Sure, he was once friends with Damian Priest, but the dude literally put you through a table and proclaimed himself as part of the Judgment Day.
Even more pain.
Bad Bunny is addicted to Damian's priests.
Numbers.
Finn Balor fell back too early from Rey Mysterio's punch. I'm just gonna assume that Finn slipped on ice again. Freaking ice, man. Out of anyone who was going to show up, I did not expect Carlito. Sure, we are in Puerto Rico and the LWO is involved with this feud, but come on. I guarantee Carlito only came into anyone's mind as a maybe, but nah, before he was brushed off. This was a surprise return done right, especially with that epic crowd reaction. Carlito, I'm sure, is grateful that he didn't return once again during the COVID-19 pandemic where he wasn't allowed to do this. Boy, that was extremely cool. Like I mentioned before, imagine if we didn't see Savio Vega earlier tonight with Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio. This whole street fight, Bad Bunny, the Judgment Day, Rey Mysterio, Carlito, Salvia Vega, and the LWO. I'm having such a great time here, and so are the fans. Now it's 20 cents taken off the counter. While yes, Ric Flair would come to mind when anybody locks in the figure 4 leg lock, I really think Bad Bunny is also giving a shout out to Puerto Rico's Carlos Colon, who also implemented the submission in his arsenal. Just saying, Ric Flair isn't the only guy who ever did a figure 4. Bad Bunny may need some additional practice with sliced bread because he almost broke his neck doing that. Also, I'm taking off another sin because even despite the brutality of weapons, the submissions, the interferences, and all other chaos, both Bad Bunny and Damian Priest continue the fight for another 5 minutes. It's absolutely insane here. The next 2 sins I'm taking off are really good ones. Bad Bunny can dominate wrestling and music, and the other for Damian Priest because this match pushed him to major heights without him actually winning the match. So proud of both men. Also, the biggest shame about this match is the show did not end after it took place. The remaining 2 matches are good, but this match completely destroyed any chances of them topping this performance and getting the audiences hyped.
But for those on Peacock Premium Plus,
WWE continues to be a dick to their fans by saying you can only see the pre-match video packages if you subscribe to the Premium Plus version of Peacock.
2 weeks back on Friday Night Smack.
Jey Uso was about to jump over the top rope into the ring, but then stopped at the last second in fear. Don't think I didn't notice that. Bigfoot is about to make his debut in WWE, it seems. Or is this the third coming of Bray Wyatt or something?
they can go to either brand as long as they hold the titles.
So why did we create a new world title if there's an undisputed world champion, but we're not creating new tag team titles as well in the same scenario? If you're gonna brand split, then brand split the only correct way.
To join the group.
Says the team that literally lost their 600 plus day title reign to their current opponents at WrestleMania. Jimmy Uso claiming this match is too easy doesn't make a lot of sense after WrestleMania. These 2 teams are very similar right now. You got Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, who are the most emotional of the teams. You got Matt Riddle and Jimmy Uso, who are the most energetic of the teams. And then you got Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa, who just don't give a fuck and had enough of their partner's bullshit. Nice little detail there. Although I'm kinda on the side of Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa because the first few minutes of this 22-minute match really drags.
Sami Zayn, former 3.
Sami Zayn looks to bring Jimmy Uso to the center of the ring. Meanwhile, Jimmy thinks he's supposed to get a snapmare, leading to this awkward exchange. About 30 seconds of Jimmy Uso debating about what to do next in his corner before Solo Sikoa had enough and tagged himself in.
Drop me.
Another awkward exchange. Jey Uso tries to throw Sami Zayn to the ground, who was already hitting the ground before he had a chance to do so. You know it's sad when the fans are chanting for Roman Reigns but not getting it. If only he were here having a rematch with Cody Rhodes, perhaps the fans would have been a lot more energetic with the main event than what actually happened. At this rate, going into the edge of the stairs head first is going to be a requirement for Kevin Owens on pay-per-view. May not want to be doing that too much because you could actually cause a lot of head trauma.
Uso, cover.
The Usos really don't have the best of luck lately, do they? Jey Uso couldn't even pin Sami Zayn properly. Ow, that Broton hurt me so much. Better roll beside my brother so I can get hit with it a second time.
Oh no!
Even an accidental super kick from Jimmy to Jey is enough to make our hearts jump. Just a little hint of a breakdown in the bloodline gets us invested and you love to see it. Hear that loud gasp from the crowd. Storytelling rules all in pro wrestling. Kevin Owens cops a feel. View of the arena number 23,529. Say the Usos were not going to hit a double super kick. What was Sami Zayn's plan? To leap off the top rope and land it between the Usos before hitting them with anything? Even while he's nearly unconscious, Sami Zayn is practically telling Jey Uso that he's heard that same sentence over and over and it's not going to change anything by repeating it. Yeah, this whole situation is your fault. Now excuse me while I take my shirt off because this is turning me on. My pants are next. Just fight already! Much as I want someone to do something here, I love that Solo Sikoa accidentally grabs Jey Uso but still considers the Samoan spike even after the realization of who his target is. Hey, didn't we already see this DraftKings commercial with Big E and Bobby Lashley like an hour ago? Peacock somehow ran out of commercials to air?
This is a must-win.
Cody Rhodes also said his match with Roman Reigns was a must-win situation, yet he lost that and still turned out okay. I'm just saying, he's become more of a star with the loss than he ever would with the win. The woes get louder with almost every event. Still remember what it was like at WrestleMania 39. Maybe Brock Lesnar should have turned around with a drone facing upward so that the pyro could still be behind him in a way. It's a pre-match assault sin, but what do you bet Cody Rhodes attacked Brock Lesnar because the latter was taking longer than usual to circle the ring and we're 10 minutes away from the 3-hour mark.
He's got to do what it's gonna.
Cody Rhodes is so mad at Brock Lesnar for the assault after WrestleMania that he briefly turned into a cartoon, angrily walking away.
Control, release,
Sorry, but nearly this whole match is Brock Lesnar hitting suplex after suplex like this is 2014 again. We're in 2023, and seeing a non-stop suplex fest is not exactly entertaining me here. Promoting Netflix shows because there's nothing else we can really do to remain entertained while Brock Lesnar continues to suplex Cody Rhodes for 5 straight minutes.
I'll make it 6.
Why wasn't the San Juan street fight the main event of this pay-per-view? Seriously, you passed that off for this? Seeing blood was cool because this happens so rarely. However, I'm less than entertained at the suplex fest and I'm not going crazy about it. Now, if the match was back and forth with great action prior to the blood, this would be a lot more fun.
Cody got it!
Cody Rhodes wins the match and nearly lacerates his own head by almost falling on the steel stairs outside the ring.